What's up, guys? My name is Marcus Huskins, and thank you for joining me. If you enjoy what I do, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you can be made aware as new content becomes available. In this video, I wanted to talk about 3 simple automation kind of shortcuts or hacks that you can use to increase your productivity when working in Studio One. Let's get started. First one. If we were to instantiate a plugin, could be any plugin that we use. Any time that we click a parameter, if I click option A, that will automatically add that parameter to the current track, and that will be nested in the main track lane. Now, it's worth mentioning that we can also right-click, and we can choose to, for example, edit something. And one other thing that we can do is any parameter that we click, we have the ability to then drag and drop that to the track. So that gives us a really quick way to edit our automation if we need to draw on some automation breakpoints or something like that. And then as you'll see over here, all of these parameters were added in the actual automation parameters section. And if I expand my envelopes, we can see besides my default volume and pan, we have high frequency gain, high frequency, and then we have the global gain. So that's the main automation hack I like to use. Is I just use that option A shortcut, or that would be Alt A on a PC, to add any touched parameter to the current track, and that's nested in the main track. Now, the next automation hack that I like to use, it's not really a hack, but we have a couple shortcuts that are really useful. If we have, let's just zoom this track to view. If we have automation lanes that are residing on a track, if I click H, that will automatically show parameter. And then if I click H again, you'll notice that I'm scrolling through these different parameters. And these are all based on any of the automation envelopes that are residing on this track. Now, another one that we can use is we can use Shift H, and that will toggle backwards. So if I'm moving through and I accidentally pass the one I need, whoops, I need to go back to pan, Shift H will bring me back. And this is kind of a really useful way if you need to stay in a single track layout where you don't want to have the envelopes expanded. You just want to have the main track view, and you want to be editing your automation breakpoints on all of these different lanes within this main view. Now, the next one I like to use is I really don't care for this global automation view, which basically shows the automation of everything really quickly. Let's just shift select all of these and we'll click H. So what this does is as we click A, this brings us to a global automation view where we can see the automation parameters for all of the tracks that are open in our Studio One song. What I actually prefer to do is work on a track-by-track basis. So let's just reset things so we can see a little bit better. If you right-click on any track, we have the option to show hide automation. Now, what this does is for the currently selected tracks in the arrange window, it will allow us to see the automation. So for example, just that track, or maybe, let me just uncheck this. Maybe I want to see the automation for all 3 of these. I can right click, show hide automation. Now, I've also mapped this out to a key command. In my case, I just used something that was available. And this gives me the option to be able to do this without even having to right click my mouse. So really quickly, if I wanted to see all the automation parameters on these tracks, I'm just going to fire off that shortcut. And then of course, when you combine that with H and Shift H, we've got quite a lot of ability in terms of the speed in which we can work with and edit our automation when working in Studio One. Anyways, that's all the time I have available for today. I hope that you enjoyed this content. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I will do my absolute best to get back to you. And as always, we will catch you in the next video. Cheers.